evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?
Welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise on Madden 22. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and comment below. It is week 8 of the regular season here. We're coming off a loss to the Browns where we simmed that game, and they just put it on us, but not much we can do about that one. Obviously, we're not happy. We didn't get the job done on the short week, so now we have the Washington football team on tap, and we will have a little bit extra rest coming into this one, and it looks like we have another breakout scenario, so let's see what's going on here. Wait. Who is this? Keep throwing it my way. Jerry Jeudy. If we get him 150 yards or 3 touchdowns, he'll get a breakout scenario. Now that is not likely to happen simply because we don't air it out all that much anyway, and he's generally not my primary target. So it's noteworthy that he's on the verge of breaking out, but it's probably not going to happen. So we've got a couple of contract negotiations to step through here. Let's see here. There's Kenny Young, who wants a little bit more salary. And if I remember right, he actually improved with his overall in the midst of this negotiation. So we're going to bump that up by a couple to 2.4 mil a year. Actually, yeah. 2.4 is probably okay. You know what? Make it 2.5. And see if he takes that for 3 years. There we go. So we've got another middle linebacker locked up there. Mike Ford, he's only 26, so he's got a couple of good years left in him. He's wanting about $2 million a year. We know that we've got a couple of aging corners that are going to be gone, so it's probably a good idea to bring a guy like this back. Even if he's not the greatest player, he's only wanting a 1-year deal. I can reduce both of these probably and get him to sign because of the talent tree stuff that we've got going on. So we've got him signed now. That helps with our depth. Stephen Weatherly, 27 years old. He's a respectable option at outside linebacker. He wants $3 million a year. Let's see, is he decent at pass coverage? He's not. He's really not the kind of the guy that I feel like I want hanging around long term, and he wants 2 years. I just don't see this working. If you can't pass cover at all, I can't really justify having you in the lineup. So what we'll do, just in case he's open to a deal for like way less, we'll give him 2 years at $2 million a year with a $900,000 signing bonus. If he doesn't like this, he can just leave. Yeah, so he wants to make more money, and I don't think he's worth it, so we'll just let him walk. Now, what else do we have to do? We've got to look at our strategy going into this week against the football team, which is the dumbest name in professional sports, but whatever. Weekly strategy. So, Heineke's a baller, but I'm not super worried about... You know what, though? Yeah, we'll focus on him. We're going to defend the deep pass. Player health, let's make sure we're still half pads. And I just kind of want to see how fatigued we are. We're at 95%. We may improve that a little bit because it's a long way between Thursday, where we just played, and then not the next Sunday, but the one after. So I think we'll be all right. Defensively, they're good with Allen up the middle. They blitz a lot. They are okay against both the pass and the run, and they get a lot of turnovers. So let's try and emphasize running the ball to the outside rather than up the middle, where their best player is, and see if we can get some consistency there. running should be a little bit more difficult because we made some of those changes, made some of those adjustments to the sliders at the end of the last episode. So we might immediately see an impact here in this game. So we're going to go for an interception. We're still going to go for the 15 first downs. We're going to try and run the ball, and we will stop the run. If we can stop the run and force them to throw the ball with Heineke late in the game, these guys are going to be in trouble. I mean, he's a decent quarterback, but he's no Brett Favre. All right. Now what? Any player upgrades? Yes. That's good. And then we'll go and get our staff upgrades. I actually should have done those before we did the practice because it might have given us the extra focus player this week. I'm not sure. So we're going to go with Field General to just improve his accuracy across the board. I think that's usually the most beneficial option to choose there. Ronald Darby's getting a boost, and we're going to go with Slot. How old is he? He's 27. So we can get another couple of decent years out of him. Noah Fant is getting one. He's already good enough as a pass catcher that I'm going to just kind of let those go and emphasize his ability to block for a little while. Because I need you to be a little bit more well-balanced in that particular position. All right, now the staff upgrades, we're going to spend 20 points and unlock the extra focus player. I think that's the only one that we don't need any prerequisites, do we? No. All right, so boom. So next week we'll have at least one extra focus player, and we only need 6 points to get another one unlocked, which we should get this week as well. All right. I think we're ready to go. Aren't we? Actually, no, we didn't look at the stats last week from the Browns game. I don't think. Let's take a look at that. I'm pretty sure we forgot to. So we went win, 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 and this one was simmed, and we lost. Then back-to-back wins, and then we simmed and lost. And how did we do statistically? Baker, 4 TDs, no picks, 252 yards. Teddy Bridgewater threw for 356 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He did have an interception, and he was sacked 5 times. But he has actually played pretty well for us. Kareem Hunt ran the ball well. Nick Chubb only had 2 carries, which is interesting. Then Gordon was bad, 31 yards on 11 carries. And where the heck? Yeah, Javonte Williams, 3 carries, 2 yards. We just never even tried to get the running game going against them, apparently. Jerry Jeudy had a big day. Noah Fant did okay. Tim Patrick did okay. Defensively, Kenny Young, 10 tackles, led the team. He's having a pretty good year for us. Sacks. Wow, Myles Garrett had 4. So he just chewed up and spit out Massey there at right tackle, apparently. Jadeveon Clowney had one coming off the other edge. And that was it there. Who had the interception for them? Denzel Ward. Okay. All right. So now we are ready to jump into the ball game here. It's going to be week 8 action at home against Washington. So stand by, and we will head on out to Mile High Stadium. And here we go. Denver taking on Washington at home. It's the football team coming to town as they are 4-3 coming into this one and looking to keep things going. But the Broncos have other intentions as they look to keep their early season successful run going. Teddy Bridgewater and crew coming at you after this from Mile High Stadium. And it's going to be Denver kicking off. And McManus sends this one deep and out of the back of the end zone. So Washington going to start 1st and 10 from the 25 with Taylor Heineke at the helm. This is a guy that is an absolute gamer. He's got 16 touchdowns and 5 interceptions to this point in the season, pushing 2,000 yards. He can run well, so look out for that in this one. 1st and 10, they keep it on the ground. It's Gibson fighting for some extra yardage, has a pickup of 6. And you see his numbers last week, 21 carries for 90 yards, and he looks to get to about that 500-yard threshold for the season in this one. 2nd down and 4, they go play action, but Bradley Chubb comes in, maybe a missed assignment there in the blocking scheme, and he's going to pick up his 5th sack of the year. That's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Heineke looking to throw. Plenty of time. He's going to scramble, and now he's going to take off with it. He has a chance to get to the 1st down, and he does. And even a second effort from him picks up an extra couple of yards. It's a gain of 13 and a new set of downs for Washington. And now he's going to take off and run with it again. And again has nice yardage there, making a couple men miss. Eventually slides down all the way into Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Now 2nd and 9. And wouldn't you know it, there goes Heineke. He is off and running again, slides down just short of the 1st down. He's got 38 yards rushing on this drive alone. 3rd and 1. Play action, swings it outside. Thomas has it, but he is going to be tackled just short of the 1st down, and it's decision time for the Washington football team. They're going to try a 52-yard field goal, and it is no good. So the Broncos are going to take over with very good field position here, starting at their own 42-yard line. 1st and 10, and here comes Teddy Bridgewater in this Denver offense. They give it to Melvin Gordon to start things off. He's going to have a pickup of about 6, and that sets up down a 2nd down and 4. They're going to go outside with Javonte Williams. Nice blocking there. He gets to the edge and takes it down to the 40-yard line, and they are into Washington territory already. Now 3rd and 2, they go up the middle. Melvin Gordon is going to be stopped short, 4th and inches from the 31-yard line. They're kicking with the wind, so they're going to try the field goal. That one is right down the middle from McManus. And it is going to be 3-0. So Washington missed a field goal. Denver converts, and they lead it 3-0. Ensuing drive, 2nd and 8. Kaiser coming on the blitz, and he is going to get to Heineke. Brings him down for a loss of 7. And it's now 3rd and 15. Heineke going to run with this one, but he is going to have to slide down well short of the 1st down. 4th and 9, and Washington will punt. Deontay Spencer back to return. He has this one at the 24-yard line. Can't make anybody miss. It's a 2-yard return. And Denver will start this drive at the 26-yard line. Now 3rd down and 6. Bridgewater looking to throw. Sends it deep for Jerry Jeudy. He had a chance but got hit and could not hang on. And Denver's going to have to punt. So this one going to get away from Sam Martin. He kicks this all the way down to the 14-yard line. It's returned back to the 20 where Washington will start 1st and 10. Now 3rd and 2 on the ensuing drive. Gibson gets outside, has some blocking. He's going to go all the way out to about the 42-yard line. A pickup of 14 on the play. Now 2nd down and 2. They go to McKissick. He's going outside, breaks a tackle, and he's going to take this one all the way to the house as nobody could catch him. But there is a flag way back in the backfield, and this one is likely coming back. We get a look and see what the call is. It is a block in the back, so instead of the touchdown, that's going to be the last play of the quarter. It is 3-0 Denver, and that would set up a 2nd and 7. They throw, and it is good, complete for the 1st down there. Heineke now 4 of 4, and they have it down to the 32-yard line. Now 3rd and 11 later on that drive. They try to screen. Gibson going to make a man miss, but he is going to be brought down at the 30-yard line, and Denver's defense holds. So it's a 47-yard try, this time kicking with the wind, and it is good, and we're tied at 3. Ensuing drive, Denver going to bring it from the 25 after a touchback. It's Noah Fant on the little drag route here. He's going to take it across the 40 to the 43, but there's a flag down on the play. We have, I swear to God, adjusted the sliders, but there's another roughing the passer penalty, and that's going to put Denver into Washington territory all the way down to the 42. Later in the drive, 2nd down and 10. It's Bridgewater to throw. He misses Jeudy, leads him too much, and Jackson slides up and makes the interception just before it hits the ground. So the turnover there
They would have been in like fringe field goal range there, kicking into the wind, but instead it's a turnover. Washington takes over, and there's Gibson on 3rd and 2, going to break a tackle, has it out to the 38, and a new set of downs for Washington. Now 3rd and 7, Heineke looking to throw. He's going to take off and run with it, but he is tackled before he can get very far, and that's going to end that drive as Steven makes the tackle there, sets up 4th down and 5. And Deontay Spencer now back to return a good punt here. He's going to take it from the 7 and just try and get upfield as much as he can, has it out to about the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 on the ensuing drive. Bridgewater swings it out to Javonte Williams. He's going to break a tackle and take it all the way out to the 36-yard line. 1st down and 10. Next play, or actually 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff, and then Bridgewater going to throw to Noah Fant. He goes up and makes a fantastic catch. Hangs on, gets the feet down, and makes a sensational grab there. Sets up 1st and 10 from the 46. Bridgewater now looking to throw. Downfield into coverage. Bobby McCain steps in front of it, picks it off. And I'll tell you what, Bridgewater had a man wide open in the flat, decided to throw it downfield instead, and that is now the 2nd interception of the day as Washington going to take over from the 45. Now 3rd down and 2. He's going to swing it out to McLaurin. Nice play there. He takes it down to the 32-yard line. That would bring us to the 2-minute warning. Still tied at 3, but Washington on the move here late in the half. 3rd down and 2. He's going to throw over the middle. Breaks the tackle is Logan Thomas, and he has it all the way down to the 3-yard line. Sets up 1st and goal from the 3, and Washington going to use a timeout and stop the clock here with about a minute to go. 1st and goal. He's going to throw. He's going to hit Ricky Seals-Jones for the touchdown, and that is going to put Washington out in front. They lead now 10-3 with the extra point here late in the half. Teddy Bridgewater, 2 interceptions, and that one was tough because Washington now going to take the lead. And both times he turned the ball over, they were pretty much in field goal range. So taking points off the board and giving them to Washington, never a good recipe. They throw it over the middle, pick up a few yards, call a timeout. Now it's 1st down and 10. They're going to throw again. It's going to be Jerry Jeudy, makes the catch. He's going to be tackled short of the 1st down at the 44. They're going to go with a hurry up here. 2nd and 2, Bridgewater looking to throw. Doesn't have what he's looking for there. Tries to run with it, gets tackled. That's going to go down as a sack and no gain. But now 3rd and 4 after they use the 2nd timeout to stop the clock there. He does complete the pass to Noah Fant here. Out of bounds at the 46. Now 1st and 10, they decide to run the football to just try and get into field goal range. They get it down to the 38, which is not going to be close enough, and they have to use a timeout here. Now they're out of timeouts. Anything they do has to get out of bounds. Good job here by Bridgewater. He's going to hit Cortland Sutton, who gets upfield as much as he can, out of bounds at the 31. They're kicking into the wind here, so it would be a long one, but they're going to try and throw one pass into the end zone here just to see what happens, and that is not what they wanted to see. Jerry Jeudy can't win the jump ball, and Kyle Fuller comes away with the interception with 7 seconds left to go in the half. So again, a possible, a chance for Washington or Denver to get some points, but instead it is picked off, and they are going to trail 10-3 at the half with 3 first-half interceptions by Teddy Bridgewater, as he has just not been very sharp. That one not necessarily his fault, but the other 2 definitely were. There was a bad throw on one and a bad decision on the other, and they have got just 38 yards on the ground. They're going to have to figure out a way to get the ground game going in the second half and get back in this thing. We look around the league. It's the Chargers and the Patriots, and Mac Jones has New England on top 7-0 there at 11 seconds left to go in the half, as the Chargers held scoreless through 2 quarters. Now, it's the Colts and the Titans in a division rivalry here, and Tannehill gets the best of the Indianapolis team there. They get to 4-4 on the year. Indianapolis falls to 3-5. Seattle hosting Jacksonville, and it's the Seahawks ahead by a touchdown there as they look to get to 5-3 on the year. Jacksonville coming into that one at 4-2, playing pretty good football with a young quarterback at the helm. First play of the second half is Javonte Williams, and that run right there gets 14 yards and absolutely just sets the tone. You know that Denver's going to want to run the ball in the second half. They go right back to the ground, this time with Melvin Gordon. He's got 13 yards, and they're into Washington territory just like that. 1st and 10 from the 48. Now 3rd down and 6. Big play here. Bridgewater going to throw. He's going to hit Noah Fant, who gets the 1st down barely, but they move the chains yet again. Now they got to take care of the football and make sure they get some points. And this will work. Melvin Gordon, 32 yards. Jackson looked like he could have dove and made the tackle, but he just kind of drafted him all the way into the end zone and never makes the tackle. Gordon takes it to the house, and just like that, we are tied. So Denver coming right down the field and putting up 7. The extra point is good, and we are tied at 10. 7 plays, 75 yards, took just over 3 minutes. And now the ensuing drive, 2nd and 6. Gibson right up the middle, big hole. He's got it out to the 40-yard line, and that's good for a Washington first down. Now Heineke looking to throw, has it over the middle to his man. That's going to be complete into Denver territory down to the 43-yard line, and there's a flag. This is going to be roughing, and that's going to move them down even farther into Denver territory all the way to the 28-yard line. Now 3rd and inches on the ensuing set of downs. It looked like McKissick had the first down, but he backtracked and ends up getting no gain, and they are going to have to settle for a field goal. And remember that, because that's going to be big, as we'll see what unfolds later in the game. Now 13-10, and Denver on the ensuing drive. They go back on the ground. It's Melvin Gordon, picks up 8 yards on first down. They would convert now 1st and 10, and it's Javonte Williams, and he's going to take this one, another big run, all the way to the 44-yard line and into Washington territory. They go play action on the next play. Bridgewater rolls out. He's going to take off with it, slides down after a pickup of 9, and yet again they would convert. Now 2nd and 10 on the ensuing possession, and it's Gordon up the middle. He gets 8 yards, sets up a big 3rd down and 2. They're going to fake the handoff. Bridgewater throws into the flat. It's Beck, has the reception, but he's going to be tackled a yard shy of the first down. So 4th and 1. Denver going to settle for 3 and just go ahead and get the tie in order here, as we are now all square at a baker's dozen late in the 3rd quarter. On the ground is Gibson here on 2nd down and 2. He's going to make a couple men miss, has it out to the 45-yard line. He's now got 85 yards on the ground. Now 2nd and 3, they're going to outside with it. It's Gibson reaching and has the first down. That would be the last play of the 3rd quarter. We are tied at 13 here at we are. The score there makes it look like we're in Washington, but this is in Denver. 3rd down and 3. Up the middle, it is Gibson. He's got the first down to the 32-yard line. He's now over 100 yards on the day. Now 2nd and 7. Denver tries a blitz. They can't get to Heineke, and he's going to take off with it. Brings it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He's now got 84 yards on 10 carries, and it's 1st and goal from the 2. They go with a fake snap there, and it's going to cause a false start. So back them up, 1st and goal from the 7. It doesn't matter, as they're going to just go right up the middle here, push the entire Denver defensive line out of the way and just slice right through for the touchdown. Gibson having a big day, his 20th career touchdown on the ground, and the extra point would be good. So now 9 minutes and 6 seconds to play, and Denver trails by 7. 9 minutes to play. Keep that in mind, because this drive is going to be one for the ages. Javonte Williams outside. First play from scrimmage, they get a first down out to the 37-yard line. Now it's Melvin Gordon up the middle. He's got 7 or 8 yards. Sets up a 2nd down. Now 3rd and 4. They're going to keep it on the ground, and Williams has it out to midfield. It's another first down. Now 2nd and 9 on the ground again. That clock keeps ticking. He's going to pick up good yardage there. Now another 3rd down here. It's 3rd and 3. Javonte Williams on the ground. Imagine that. He's got 8 yards and another first down. Now inside of 5.5 minutes, it's Williams again. He's going to have about 6 yards there. Sets up a 2nd down and 4. They're going to go with Melvin Gordon this time. He's got the first down. Clock keeps ticking, and now it's 2nd down and 9. They give to Williams. He's going to fight for some extra yardage, but he is tackled at the 20. This sets up a big 3rd down and 6. Inside 3.5 minutes. Bridgewater to throw. He hits Tim Patrick just wide open there. He's going to be down at the 12-yard line, and it's another first down. That would bring us to the 2-minute warning. Remember, this drive started with 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Denver has to have a touchdown, but now they're in a position where they might be able to not only get the touchdown, but also keep Washington from having any time to try and score themselves. And there is Javonte Williams with 34 seconds on 3rd and 2. He is into the end zone for another touchdown as he continues to have a fantastic season. Denver will add the extra point, and we are going to be tied at 20 late in the 4th quarter. So, again, a couple of missed opportunities for Washington. Remember that quirky third down run by McKissick where he ended up not getting the first down, and that could have been big. They also missed a field goal earlier in the game. Here's Heineke going up the middle with it. He's going to pick up about 7 yards, and they're going to call a timeout. They need some points here, not a lot of time. He's going to throw it this time. Logan Thomas, just a pickup of 6, but he does get out of bounds, as you see Brian Johnson getting loose there. They'd have to get to about the 40 with the wind helping them to have a realistic shot at a field goal. Heineke looking to throw, nothing open downfield. He takes off with it. He's tackled at the 48, and now with just 17 seconds left, they are running out of time. They've got one timeout. Heineke runs this up the middle. They don't even bother running another play. They could have tried a Hail Mary, but they are going to just go to overtime and take their chances. We are tied at 20 as Denver able to rally and get back in it, tie this thing up, and then they win the toss. So they will get the ball first, and it's going to be Deontay Spencer bringing it out from the 2-yard line, has it all the way out to the 29-yard line, so pretty good starting field position for Denver. They give to Gordon on the ground, of course. He picks up 5 yards. And Denver going to try and do their best to not only score here, but if they only get a field goal, they want to make sure that Washington has no time. And a run like that is going to set them up where now they really have to milk the clock. 34 yards. Javonte Williams having a huge day on the ground. They stick with him here on 2nd down and 6, and he takes it into the red zone. Down to the 18-yard line. He's pushing 150 yards on the day. They keep it on the ground. 2nd and 6. It's Melvin Gordon. He gets about 5 yards and sets up a 3rd down. And Bridgewater going to run with it. Has the first down. Slides down at the 4-yard line. We're inside 4 minutes. They're going to keep it on the ground with Gordon. He gets tackled at the 2. Looked like he might have been able to try and just go straight upfield for the touchdown there. Not sure if he was thinking just work the clock or what, but now 3rd and goal. They go up the middle again, and he is going to be stuffed. So they're at the 1-yard line with about 1 minute and 18 seconds left, and Denver adds the field goal here. And now is where EA Sports, shame on you, because as you will see with this ensuing drive, where Washington has 2 timeouts and over 1 minute, they have no even resemblance of any kind of clock management capability on this drive. It's a run. They don't stop the clock. They don't go hurry up. Same thing here yet again. Now they have 3 seconds trying to get one last play. They have to score here, and he runs for 5 or 6 yards or whatever and slides down, and game is over. So it's kind of a shame that this game ended that way, but realistically they only had about 1 minute and 10 seconds, and they were not throwing the ball that well on the day anyway. So at best, I think they would have come down and maybe got a field goal, but we're going to get a win here by 3 at home in a game where we didn't take very good care of the football in the first half. We committed to the run in the second half, and it worked because we ended up rushing for over 250 yards in the second half alone and win this thing 23-20. So an impressive victory in a game where we didn't necessarily play our best. Teddy Bridgewater was just atrocious, 12 of 22, had a couple of bad throws, a bad decision, and then bad luck on that one that Judy just didn't break up at the end of the first half. Heineke was sharp, 14 of 16, 103 yards and a touchdown. He was sacked a few times, but he also ran for over 100 yards. As you see here, 4 people go over 100 yards on the ground, and Javonte Williams just a massive day, 16 carries, 147 yards and a touchdown. Not a whole lot else to say in terms of the passing situation. The receivers, Noah Fant had 4 catches for 55 yards, but nothing else noteworthy on that page. We'll take a look at the defensive side of things as William Jackson had 12 tackles and an interception. Micah Kaiser, 12 tackles on the day, led the Broncos, also had 1 for a loss and a sack. We'll take a look at the sacks here as it was Chubb and Kaiser getting 1 each for the Broncos, and then Tony and Payne combined for 1. It was a sack, but it was for a very short loss, if you remember correctly. And then the interceptions for Washington were for Fuller, McCain, and Jackson, respectively. As far as the kicking goes, Brandon McManus, 3 for 3, added a couple of extra points. And then it was Brian Johnson missing one early that was pretty much the difference in this one. He goes 2 for 3, adds a couple of extra points along with 47. Tress Way, 2 punts, netting an average of 43.5 yards. And then Sam Martin, just one punt on the day. It was 55 yards with a net of 50. So a good day for him, and the Broncos win this thing 23-20.
All right, so we're back now to the main menu between weeks. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy did not get his goal. What? So there's a glitch. He did absolutely nothing in this game and somehow still gets the dev trait upgrade and 2000 XP. I'm not going to complain, obviously, but that's kind of cheesy. Ultimately, it probably won't make a ton of difference in this franchise, at least not immediately, because we just do not have the ability to throw the football right now. We're just not very good through the air, and some of it that will also contribute to him not being a huge factor anyway is we're running the ball so darn well that it's hard to just, get away from it. Now we got another 20 staff points, so we add another XP or another focus player that's going to help us continue to get more and more XP for our guys going forward. So we'll now have 5 unlocked instead of just 3 as recently as a week ago. So that's awesome. Let's go ahead and advance, get to week 9, where we're going to be taking on the Cowboys on the road in a very tough matchup. Our defense is going to have to be on their A game in that one to give us much of a shot. Dallas coming into this one at 5-2. They've got one of the best offenses in the league, so we'll see how we fare against Zeke and Dak and Amari Cooper and all the weapons that they've got on that offense. Now, Stephen Weatherly, he didn't like the money side of whatever we offered him. He was okay with the contract length, but did not like the pay. So let's go like that maybe and that. And see if he takes it. There we go. So he's just a depth guy at outside linebacker. Nate Hairston, 27-year-old corner. Same situation, basically with him as, some of the other corners that we might see farther down the depth chart here. We want to try and keep them on the roster so that we at least have a little bit of depth here. He's not terrible, but he's a guy that we want to be like 3rd or 4th on the depth chart at best. So we'll make him this 1-year offer. We'll drop the bonus down a little bit, and we'll drop the salary down a little bit and see if he takes it. So he wants a little bit more of both on the financial side. Micah Kaiser, he wants 2 years, $3 million a year. I think we're going to hang on to him simply because we just need, some additional depth guys at middle linebacker as we just try and get better at some of these positions. I don't want to let a ton of guys just walk to free agency. And if I remember correctly, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that we've already decided to let go. And then there will be some guys way down here that we won't bring back just because they're just not good enough that I ever want to see them on the field. So for the next several players here, we'll probably be re-signing guys, or at least trying to. So he wants 2 years, about $3 million a year. We're going to drop the bonus down a little bit, the salary down a little bit, see if he takes it. If not, yep, okay, so we got him. That's good. All right. Beck the fullback is next on the negotiation table, and I don't think we will bring him back. He's not very good. Plus, he's not like the type of fullback that I want. He's a converted tight end. We want a guy that's a natural fullback. All right, so Zeke is probably our biggest concern, but these guys are good all around, and you can see that they have a tendency to throw it more so than run it. So let's actually try and slow down the passing game. Maybe we can come up with an interception or, some sacks that kind of help us get some drives stopped. So we'll see how that goes. They are good against the run and not against the pass. So I'm actually going to go ahead and leave blitz counter on Actually, you know what? Let's make it short passing. Let's get the accuracy up and hit these guys on those short routes that I like to run a bunch of and see if that can help us be a little bit more efficient through the air. Teddy Bridgewater has got to be better than he was this last week. Now, there were some drops, but bottom line, he just wasn't very good. All right, so we've unlocked the dev traits for both Surtain and Miners, and I imagine Javonte Williams is getting pretty close as well. So we've got Superstar here and Star here. Obviously, Superstar is good to see. He's going to be a stud. He's only 21. He's already an 81 overall. And with that Superstar dev trait, he's going to, be up in the 90s for sure. Javonte Williams, we don't know exactly what to expect yet. Now, these two guys we're going to go ahead and leave on there. The safeties that are backups right now, but very young, pretty raw. And normal dev trait is going to leave them where they'll probably max out in the high 70s, but they should get into the low to mid 70s pretty quickly, especially if we kind of give them a little bit of a nudge by having them on there as the focus players. So yes, we want to get an interception. Yes, we want to get a bunch of first downs. We've got to run the football well against this team, and let's try and get after Dak Prescott. If they try and throw it downfield, and it takes them a little while to get, into their routes or whatever, we've got to find ways to get to Dak and make that hard for them. If they want to throw it, we want those short underneath routes and then just go make tackles and then keep hoping for a sack or some kind of negative play that helps us get off the field. All right, so we've got player upgrades. Who do we got? PJ Locke, Andre Mintz, not Natrez Patrick, and Jerry Jeudy. So Jeudy, we're going to keep emphasizing. I really wish he was better here in the physical aspect because he's kind of tall, isn't he? How tall is he? Why can I not see? Oh, he's 6'1". So let's emphasize route running. Get open and catch the football. I'm still mad at him for not breaking up that interception on the last play of the first half. You throw up a jump ball hoping your guy goes up and wins it. Not only does he not win, he allows the interception too. We just can't have that. Mintz is so bad in pass coverage that I'm not even going to try and have him get better there. Let's just leave this guy as a one-dimensional asset that we hope doesn't play anyway. Patrick, pretty much the same thing. He's terrible. He'll be gone in a couple of years. And then PJ Locke, our third string, strong safety. Emphasize run support. All right. So that's it for player upgrades. I think we are ready now to get into Week 9 action against the Cowboys, are we not? We are. So sit tight, and we'll be heading out to AT&T Stadium.
And here we go, AT&T Stadium, site of the obnoxiously large Jumbotron, and the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most passionate owners in all of football, a veteran head coach. They've got all kinds of firepower offensively. Our best shot at beating a team like this is going to be to try and establish the run and keep their offense on the sidelines, and then hope for some big plays as far as sacks or interceptions. Dallas is going to get the ball first, and here's the kick from McManus, bringing it out from a few yards deep, and he is going to be brought down at the 22-yard line. So Dallas will take over 1st and 10 with Dak Prescott at the helm. Take a look at his numbers so far this season. 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,878 yards. And, the bottom line is I'm not as much concerned with him as I am with Dak Prescott. But if he's going to get that much time to throw, we're going to have problems. That play complete for 22 yards out to the 43, and a great start for this Dallas offense. As Gallup finding himself wide open deep over the middle of the field. There's Dak Prescott. He's going to get stopped there, but that's going to set up a 3rd down and 9, and a big play coming up. Dallas looking to try and convert here. Again, a ton of time for Prescott. It's a 3-man rush. He's going to fire one up deep, and it's Zeke Elliott bringing this one down right shy of the goal line. It was the rookie Stearns there on the coverage, and he had a chance to break that up. Just didn't win a jump ball, and you cannot let that happen when it's a running back down there as the intended receiver. Now, 1st and goal, there's a flag before the play. It's a false start, so back him up, put him at the 5-yard line. They give it to Zeke. He's going to go outside, be tackled at the 3. So now 2nd and goal, Zeke again. He has a chance to, or Surtain had a chance to bring him down there, but Zeke just shoves him to the ground and trots into the end zone for the easy score, and Dallas ahead just like that. It is 7-0, a huge play through the air, and they go 84 yards in 6 plays, took just under 3 minutes. Spencer back to return there. That one way deep in the end zone. He's going to down that. That's the touchback, and here comes Teddy Bridgewater and this Denver offense. Now remember, he had 3 interceptions last week, bringing his total in that category to 7 for the season. Other than that, he's been really sharp, and really it was just that last game where you feel like he didn't play well. And he's going to start things off through the air here. Hits Noah Fant on the little drag route. He's got 11 yards out to the 36, and it's a 1st down. As you see his numbers from last week and so far this season. That catch puts him right there at the 400-yard mark, and now Melvin Gordon up the middle. He's got about 8 yards, make it 9, and sets up a 2nd and short. They would convert the 1st down. Later in the drive, 2nd and 6, he's going to hit Courtland Sutton down to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 3, it's Williams up the middle. He's going to fight for some extra yardage there, has it down to the 11-yard line, and another Denver 1st down. Now 3rd and 5, Bridgewater looking to throw. He's going to roll out to the right, throws to the back of the end zone. It's Noah Fant, but he could not get the feet down, and Denver will have to settle for 3. So it's going to be 7-3, each team coming down and scoring on their opening possession, but Dallas ahead by 4 as Denver would have to settle for 3. Dak was under pressure there, rolled away from it, then fires one down the middle to Schultz, wide open, all the way out to the 46-yard line, and Dallas on the move yet again. Now 3rd and 4, throwing over the middle. He has it to Gallup. He's into Denver territory, down to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10. Now they're going to go to the ground. It's Dak going outside, sheds a tackler, and then Kenny Young, I don't know if he thought that Dak was going down, but bottom line is he has to make that tackle, and Zeke can take it all the way down to the 14-yard line. A big run there. Now 1st and 10. Dak Prescott looking to throw. Has some time. Steps up through the pocket. Fires it outside. Nice catch there. Gallup getting the feet down and has it down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal. It's Zeke to the outside, and he's going to take that one in untouched. And Dallas extends their lead. The extra point would make it 14-3. This is not the start that this Denver defense wanted to see against this high-flying Dallas offense. 1st and 10 on the ensuing drive. It's Okwuegbunam gets the reception, has it out to about the 30-yard line, and that would be the last play of the 1st quarter with Dallas ahead 14-3. 2nd down and 5 now. It's Gordon up the middle, breaks a tackle, takes it out to the 43-yard line, or at the 38 rather. Now 3rd and 7, and here comes Teddy Bridgewater, going to roll out to the left, has nowhere to go with it. He is going to get tracked down from behind by DeMarcus Lawrence for the sack. That'll make it 4th down and 15, and Denver's going to have to go they're going to have to punt here with a lot of field now in front of Dallas. Here, 1st and 10 from the 20. Now 3rd and 6. They throw to C.D. Lamb, but he cannot hang on, and that's a big stop for Denver as they did not want to fall any farther behind, and finally able to make a defensive stop. So they're going to now start 1st and 10 from the 33. Bridgewater looking to throw, has it to Tim Patrick over the middle. He's going to be brought down at the 41-yard line. Now 2nd and 2, throwing again, flips it out to Gordon in the flat, and he's got a 1st down out to the 45-yard line. 3rd and 5, Bridgewater looking to throw, rolls out, nothing there. He's going to dump it off in the flat to Melvin Gordon, fighting for some extra yards, and has got the 1st down. And it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 44. Now 2nd and 11. They give to Williams a huge hole up the middle. He takes it inside the 30. A big pickup there down to the 29-yard line. Now 1st and 10. They go play action. Bridgewater to throw. Hits Noah Fant, and he is going to make the catch. We've seen him do that a bunch this year, and he does it again. Down to the 9-yard line, a leaping grab right along the sidelines. Now 2nd and goal, a nice cut move there by Javonte Williams, and the touchdown machine does it again. And the Broncos now cut the lead down to 4 as the extra point is good. It makes it 14-10. Ensuing drive. Zeke going right up the middle, a big run. He is hit hard and brought down, but not before picking up 15 yards and a first down. Now they fake the handoff. Everybody was selling out going after Zeke, and Dak Prescott with a ton of room to run, and he's got it all the way down to the 37-yard line. Now 2nd down and 4. Plenty of time for Dak. He throws it. CeeDee Lamb got the feet down in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Not sure if that was a mistake in coverage, but he sure had a lot of open space between him and any of the closest defenders, and that makes it 21-10. Now late in the first half, Dallas going to have to step up and make a stop here before Denver makes a last charge. Bridgewater, play action, rolls out, throws deep. He hits Fant. He can't hang on, but there is a late flag as they got to Teddy Bridgewater late. It's a roughing the passer penalty. Sets up a 1st and 10 at the 44. Now he's going to throw later in the possession. It's going to be Hinton taking this one down to the 28-yard line. Denver going to use a timeout, stops the clock with about 45 seconds left. Now 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw, has Tim Patrick wide open. He takes it down to the 10-yard line, and it's another timeout to stop the clock. As Denver has a chance here to score late and cut into this lead before the half, they swing it outside to Williams. He is pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Now 3rd and goal. They run it up the middle with Melvin Gordon, and he just trots in a huge hole there, and they get the late score to cut it to 4 with just 17 seconds left in the half. We'll see if Dallas is going to want to try and take a chance to score here, and they do not. They come out, they run it up the middle one time, and we're going to halftime. Denver doing a good job battling back in this thing as they trailed early, and the offense for Dallas has been clicking, but Denver trying to hold pace as they trail by 4. No turnovers to this point in the game. We'll take a look at some scores around the league. So we're going to start in New York with the Giants hosting the Raiders, who come into this one 6-1 and now leading 10-7 over the 3-5 Giants with Derek Carr, 164 yards and a touchdown late in the first half there from the Meadowlands. Now in New Orleans, it's the Saints hosting the Falcons. They are tied at 7 late in the first half there. As you see Alvin Kamara, 8 carries, 49 yards, and a touchdown. And now back to the East Coast, it's Carolina hosting New England, and Cam Newton has the Panthers out in front 14-10 in that one, as the Panthers look to get to 5-4 on the year. No Christian McCaffrey in the game today, as they are trying to get it done with Chuba Hubbard as the main running back. They go up the middle to start the second half. It's going to be a pickup of 8. Now Melvin Gordon again on the ground. He takes that one out to the 44-yard line, and a nice start there as it's another first down. Now 3rd and 3. Bridgewater looking to throw. Doesn't have anything downfield. They're going to take off and run with it. Takes it into Dallas territory down to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. They give to Gordon a big hole up the middle there. Runs over a Dallas defender there and takes it down to the 31-yard line. Then it's Javonte Williams. Another big hole, and they're into the red zone just like that. It is 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Now Bridgewater looking to throw over the middle, has Patrick. He gets a block from Courtland Sutton downfield and takes it into the end zone for the score. A 19-yard strike as Tim Patrick with a nice catch and run there. We'll take a look at the replay here. You see it's over the middle, and Courtland Sutton lays a block right there to make it easy for him to just take it into the end zone. And Dallas now sees Denver out in front for the first time in the game. 8 plays, 76 yards, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. We'll see if Dallas is able to respond to their first serious challenge on the scoreboard. They go on the ground here on 2nd and 8. Zeke Elliott just will not go down. Picks up the first down. Now 3rd and 2. They give it to him again here, and Denver almost got him, but he is just so hard to bring down. They try a screen on 2nd and 10. Denver was all over it. Dak had nowhere to throw that ball, and he is sacked for a loss. Now 3rd and 18. Going to look to throw. Nothing there. He takes off with it. Going to be brought down at the 49-yard line, well short of the first down, and Dallas will have to punt. That's the start that Denver needed. Come out and score, take the lead, and now you get a stop. And with 3 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the third quarter, now they're looking to make it a 2-score advantage. 1st and 10, Bridgewater looking to throw, sends it deep downfield. Noah Fant, a nice grab on a perfect throw on the run from Teddy Bridgewater, and they move into Dallas territory. 1st and 10 at the 46. Now they're going to look to throw it that same route, but the other direction, and this time Bridgewater sails it, and Lewis there for the interception. He was open, but the throw was high. Fant unable to get to it, and it is picked off. That is a big mistake by Teddy Bridgewater. Now 1st and 10 on the ensuing drive. Zeke rolls out and throws it back over the middle to Schultz. He's not going down. Takes it all the way out to the 36-yard line. A gain of 18 on the play. Now 3rd and 7. Thrown over the middle. That could have been picked off, but it is just going to be dropped. Falls incomplete. It's going to at least bring up 4th down, and Dallas will have to punt. Spencer back to return, and he's going to field this one at the 12-yard line. Brings it back. Going to try and get outside, but the Dallas special teams, a good job there to bring him down. Now 2nd and 6, and it's going to be Javonte Williams catching that pass down the middle for a gain of 10. That's the last play of the 3rd quarter, with the Denver Broncos roaring back to take a 3-point lead here as we enter the 4th quarter. 2nd and 7, they go on the ground. Melvin Gordon up the middle has a gain of about 7. Does he have the 1st down? He does not. 3rd and inches, they give it to Javonte Williams. He's got the 1st down into Dallas territory. 1st and 10 at the 48. Bridgewater looking to throw, nothing there. He's going to pull it down and run with it. Slides down just shy of the 1st down. Good job protecting yourself. Now 3rd and 2. It's Gordon up the middle. He's got the 1st down, and that's going to move the chains, setting up 1st and 10 at the 37. Bridgewater brings a man in motion, and it's going to be Cortland Sutton just kind of sitting down in the middle of the zone there. He's going to take this one down to the 24-yard line, and it's another 1st down. They fake the handoff here. Bridgewater rolling out. Doesn't like what he sees. Now eventually he sees Noah Fant open in the edge of the end zone. Trayvon Diggs just couldn't get there in time, and that is going to be a big touchdown there, as now Denver ahead by 10 with the extra point. You see Bridgewater, well, no replay, but Bridgewater did a good job buying time, and then eventually Fant finds his way open. That drive taking 10 plays to go 76 yards for the score, and Denver up now by 10, 2 scores, and it's a 7.5-minute situation on the game clock, so that is going to become a factor for Dallas. They're going to have to go to the air. That pass over the middle, picked off by Kaiser as he led his man too much, and that is an absolute dagger right there with 7 minutes to go, trailing by 10, and Denver starting with really good field position. We'll see if they can capitalize, and they are going to take it in. Guess who? Javonte Williams, the rookie, having a sensational season. They're up 17 now. Last hurrah for Dallas. Dak with tons of time eventually throws, but it is picked off by Patrick Surtain. He's just going to run out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and Dallas, a disappointing loss in this one, as they were ahead at the half and then just got torched in the second half as Denver comes roaring back to win this one by 17 and shut out the Dallas offense in the entire second half. No points for them as Denver just went off in the second half. Now they did have a couple of turnovers that kind of helped, but bottom line is this Denver offense stepped up in the second half, the defense even more so, and they come away with an impressive victory in this one. Teddy Bridgewater, the one interception on the bad throw, it wasn't a bad decision. He was throwing on the run across his body, but he ends up with a pretty solid day, 23 of 29, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick, and Prescott 2 interceptions and a touchdown, 248 yards through the air for him. On the ground, Zeke was pretty solid, but they got to where they had to start throwing the ball. He ends up with 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, 87 yards and 2 more touchdowns for the rookie. Melvin Gordon, 76 on the ground, as well as a touchdown for him. And that's pretty much all that's noteworthy there. But these 2 guys continue to share the workload and do a fantastic job on the ground. Dalton Schultz led everybody with 6 catches for 80 yards. A nice day for the tight end. Noah Fant, 5 catches for 97 yards and a touchdown. So a very good day for the big tight end. Now we go to the defensive side of the ball. It's Kenny Young with 11 tackles on the day, leading all tacklers. Van Der Esch had 10 for the Cowboys, leading them in that category. Sacks for Shelby Harris and DeMarcus Lawrence, so 1 for each team on the day. And then the interceptions were for Jordan Lewis for Dallas, and then Micah Kaiser and Patrick Surtain, the rookie, getting the interception that iced it at the very end. Brandon McManus, 1 for 1 in the field goal category and added 5 extra points on the day. Greg Zuerlein, 3 for 3 with his extra point tries. Brian Unger, 3 punts, netting an average of 37 yards, and then Sam Martin 1 punt, 50 yards with a net of 47 as the Broncos take this one 38-21.
And now we have won a pair of games in a row, so basically that's going to mean that per our general policy, we are going to simulate until we lose. But before we do that, we actually have some staff points that we can spend. We've got 17. I want to save up and get 3 more so that we can get this last focus player unlocked. So we'll hang on to those staff points for right now. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, we will have enough at least after this next week to perform that, or to purchase that additional upgrade there. But we are now 7-2 on the year. We've got the Eagles coming up at home and then a bye week. So there is a chance we could be 8-2 going into our bye week, which would be freaking fantastic. So let's kind of see how things go here with the Eagles. So first of all, we've got some negotiations to do with some player contracts. What have we got to do here? Negotiate with Nate Harrison. He liked the contract length, but wasn't real crazy about the money. This is a guy that we're hoping to just bring back for this 1 year to see if he'll, you know, that's like, I don't know why he didn't take that original offer, but whatever. It's not that much money to just match exactly what he was kind of asking for originally. I don't think we're going to bring back Andrew Beck. He's more of a, you know, converted tight end playing fullback, and he's not very good. So we're going to just let him go, and we'll try and find a, like, traditional run-blocking type of fullback in free agency. Now, Shamar Stephen, 30 years old, he's 68 overall. I'm not real crazy about him either, so I think we're actually going to let him go. We can get younger at that position and probably get somebody that's just as good or better. We might have to pay a little bit more for it, but I think that's the wiser move here. At that point in his career, he's not going to add a lot of value to this team. So, now we've got, hang on a second. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was recording, and we are, so we're good to go. So, Philly is going to want to run the ball. They run it more than they throw it. And Kaepernick is their starting QB. He's not the greatest. They are pretty balanced, though, from the looks of things. They've got defend deep pass as the default one that they're kind of recommending. Let's go ahead and do that. The hope being, if we get the lead, they're going to have to throw it to try and get back into the game. And that's when hopefully we can, you know, put some, you know, do some damage. Now, they're pretty good against the run, and they're terrible against the pass. So I like sticking with this blitz counter because they do blitz a fair amount anyway. So the fact that I'm not going to have any control over what happens, we'll know that, you know, our team is probably not going to run for 200 yards again in this game. But so you see Miners is now up to a 70 overall. He got another upgrade after the game. I don't show you the post-game ones that we get for whatever reason, but he is coming along quite nicely. The star dev trait we see is now unlocked, so hopefully he continues to develop at a pretty quick rate and gets up to like the mid-70s by the end of this season. That would be fantastic. So I'm surprised that Javonte Williams hasn't gotten those 500 reps to unlock. Well, I was going to hopefully just see his player card, but anyway, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten that. I mean, he has been splitting reps with Gordon, but he's been getting a ton of carries and putting up just bonkers numbers for us right now. An absolute touchdown machine. Gotta love it from the rookie. So he's got some serious upside in his future. Now, we've got a couple player upgrades, it looks like, after, or actually just one. Not very important, Tyree Cleveland. We're just going to go with slot. When you're that bad, you know, I'll just focus on one whatever you're best at, that's what we're going to continue to develop. So at least you're good at something, is the basic objective there. All right, I think we're ready to go ahead now and advance to a bye week here. So we'll see if we can pull off another win here. The team is riding a serious high wave here. We're playing good football early in the season. Can we get another win? We do. 30-23. Let's go look at the box score and see exactly how this one shook loose. So that is now 3 wins in a row, beating up on the NFC East. All right, let's just look at player stats here. So, whoa. Teddy Bridgewater was pretty good. 257 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kaepernick was actually pretty solid with 297, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Each guy got sacked once. Bridgewater still completing a pretty high percentage of his passes. He has been pretty good for us. Interceptions maybe a little higher than I'd like to see, but he's doing a good job. Gordon averaging 4 yards a carry. Javonte Williams, not much of a factor in this one. Miles Sanders, we kept him in check. Kaepernick didn't exactly run all over the place. So this was a passing showdown for the most part. Tim Patrick, I always want to call him TJ for some reason. Is there a TJ Patrick that is relatively well known? Or I don't know why I always want to call him TJ. Anyway, 6 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. Rager, 5 for 81. Quez Watkins, 5 for 80. Judy, 65 yards and a touchdown. Noah Fant, another decent day. Melvin Gordon, 4 catches, 19 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, nothing real crazy here. A couple guys with 7 tackles apiece led all tacklers. And then the sacks were for Malik Reed, who's having a pretty good year for us, honestly. And then Shaquem Griffin. McMahon, no field goal tries for anybody. Just a bunch of touchdowns in this one. And then what else? Martin, 5 punts, netting 56 yards a punt. That's pretty impressive. Chris Jones netted 48.6. So, a nice win. And again, we're now 8-2 going into the bye week. The chances of us not making the playoffs are very slim at this point. We're in first place. The Broncos, look at how tight this division is. That's insane. Nobody has more than 3 losses at this point, or less than 2 losses. So it's really tight top to bottom. Okay, so weekly awards. Is this going to be Bridgewater? Yeah. Yeah, he had a nice day. Good for him. And then what else do we need to accomplish here? Okay, so we've got the bye week. I'm going to give the guys the extra rest and relaxation. That's usually the best one to pick. I've only ever done extra preparation once, and it was a total disaster. You get like 100 XP for your guys. It's not even worth it. So we get +2 injury and some morale as a result of giving them the extra time off. So that's definitely the one that I would recommend for your bye week. All right, we've got more negotiations to deal with. Who's it going to be here? Cameron Fleming, 28 years old. He's a 69 overall. He's a decent option as my backup left tackle, and he only wants a 1-year contract. We will do this, but we're going to drop this down a little bit and see if we can get him for a little bit of a discount at least. Yep. All right. And then Desean Williams, 28 years old. It's basically the same exact situation. He's a backup, but he's only wanting a 1-year deal. I think we can sign him for... That might be a little bit of an aggressive offer, but we'll see. Okay. We'll bump his salary back up next week and probably get him re-signed. We've got staff points now to spend. Oh, I got to pick my focus player. So we'll do that in a second. First, let's go into weekly strategy. Since it is a bye week, and we're going to have, you know, a chance to get a little bit of rest on Sunday anyway, I like to put it on full pads instead of half pads to get a little bit extra XP. Now, I should have gone in and purchased the staff upgrade first, but I don't know if they give you credit for it in the same week, but it's not a big deal. We lose 1 week of getting some extra XP for a rookie. All right, so scouting focus is kind of quirky because you have to go into that menu and pick the players that you want without being able to like look at their details as far as their, you know, attributes and their speed, etc. So you kind of have to like save it, go in, check them out, and then go back. Oh man, Dalton Reisner, broken collarbone, out for 5 weeks. We're going to continue to emphasize power. He's good enough in pass blocking at left guard. In the 70s is completely reasonable. And then Cushenberry gets one. Let's get him up to about a 70 on the pass blocking before we switch over to focusing on his ability to run block. Deontay Spencer, I'm going to try and make, how tall is he? 5'8". So the deep threat, let's make him more of a slot guy. He's just our kick returner anyway. So I'm not super worried about how well he develops. Alright, so Surtain gets one. We're going to emphasize slot. He's up to an 83 overall, which is awesome. Alright, now we're done with player upgrades. We got to go spend our staff points. We'll check out the injury situation there. Somebody's coming back from injury, but we're losing. I assume it's Reisner with that broken collarbone. Alright, so we come over here and we grab this one. Boom. So now I'm happy with what we've got going on here and here for now. I could go to like the defensive coordinator and start working my way down some of these. I don't remember buying these. Maybe I already like got those. Which, I mean, I'm not complaining. So now I need to decide, like, do I want to go here for the extra XP and continue kind of building internally? Or do I go here and start working my way down this tree to get more beneficial trade packages? I kind of like this because, you know, sometimes you get into the draft, there's one guy that's like, man, I really want him, but you know you can't get him without giving up a ton through a trade. And so if you can work your way down through that tree, you can get a little bit better you know, ROI on trade opportunities, and I kind of like that in the short term. Okay, so this dude is eligible to return as a backup center. So like if I go here, it says that he's eligible to come off of IR, but there's no option here for me to do that. We'll have to keep looking and see if that eventually changes, but for right now, he is not eligible to actually return, even though it says that he is. And then it is Reisner, 5 weeks. We're not going to put him on IR because he'll be back before the end of the season. And then we've got Ojemudia, who is healthy again. Can we bring him off of IR? We cannot. But we're going to need to keep an eye on that because he can definitely help us at corner. So that's a big one. And then Mintz, it says he's eligible to return as well, but I don't really care. See, like here, I could remove him from IR. He is a like below average speed rusher, and then he pretty much sucks at everything else. I don't even need you, even though he's a rookie. Like, we're going to just let him sit on IR for the rest of the season. Because he's not going to help us this year anyway. So, who's coming back from injury? Draymond Jones. So that should be pretty straightforward as far as the depth chart at defensive end. However, where I need to go is down here and make sure everything's good. So we got Chubb on that side and Jones on that side. That's fine. All right. Now, are we ready to sim through this week? No, I've got to look at the scouting focus situation, so I'm going to have to stop and save the file, go into Scout College Players, and pick 3 guys that I think have a high likelihood of being like our preferred pick in the first round. Maybe what I'll do is pick out like 2 and then pick another guy that I think we might try and take in the second round. So we kind of have a little bit of in-depth knowledge for more than just our first round pick. So hang on. All right, so we've done some homework, looked at the players that are available, and we've got a few that we're going to try and focus in on here. Now, I'll show you who we're picking, and then we'll get into kind of why here in a second. Brett Morris, the strong arm QB out of Miami. He's the second best projected QB on the board, so he might be tough for us to get, but we're not getting this guy. And then these two both had some issues that kind of scared me. One was very injury prone, and the other was like terrible at throwing under pressure and didn't have a very strong arm, if I remember correctly. So we'll go into more detail there here in a second. Now, D-tackle. I kind of looked at some of these guys. Now, I don't know if we can get this guy because we really do need to try and address QB early. So I think like this guy could be potentially our second round pick. I'll show you what I like about him here in a moment. And then another position that I want to try and look at is middle linebacker. Dion Mack is the one out of this group that kind of stood out as a potential option that we might go for. So we're going to confirm those 3. And then I want to show you kind of why I chose them, but also talk about some concerns. So if we go to QB, like I said, we're not getting Hunter Cleary. Now, Brett Morris, if we look at what we know about him, he's got very good short accuracy, pretty good deep accuracy, and he does have a strong arm. He's got elite throwing power. He's very strong. He does not run well, which kind of annoys me, but it'll be okay, I think, at least for a little while. He's got A, awareness, and B, injury, and I love both of those. Now, I mean, again, this is not going to be the kind of guy that's going to run and scramble out of the pocket and do that sort of stuff, so that'll be a little bit of a change versus the kind of play that I like to use from a quarterback perspective, but he's going to be, from what I can tell, pretty good prototypical NFL pocket passer. So that's what we're looking at there. And then if we look down farther at Hancock, I believe, the F injury, I'm just flat out not taking you. All of those other things are okay. He's got D carrying too, which means he's going to fumble a lot when he gets sacked, so we don't want that. And then this guy, I just didn't see a lot that impressed me. It's, he does have a very accurate arm, but he does not throw well under pressure. He doesn't run all that well, so he's not going to be able to escape the pocket anyway, and he doesn't have a very strong arm. So those few things, that kind of are not ideal are definitely concerns. I'm going to look at Hunter Cleary just to see kind of what we're dealing with here. He's got above average accuracy. He has a strong arm. He runs pretty well. He's got good speed and then elite, quickness as far as change of direction and that sort of stuff. So that's kind of nice. He doesn't hold on to the football well, though. He does throw well on the run, but the C injury is probably okay. D carrying, I do not like that. A lot of the fumbles that I end up getting are from my quarterback. So that's what we got going on there. Now, a D tackle, I, for whatever reason, didn't look at this guy, and I probably should have. C tackling, I'm not super worried about that out of a D tackle, but he has, so he is kind of a quick style defensive tackle, which isn't exactly what we're looking for. I want like a big, strong nose tackle type, and he is a concern with that solid to good strength. So I don't think this is a guy that, and he's got F injury. So yeah, we're not going to draft him anyway. Now the next one down the list, I don't remember what was wrong with him, but I'll show you what this Josiah Burrow brings to the table. A, power moves. He's 308 pounds and he's 6'5", so he's a big body for sure. And he's got good to great strength, which is better. Still not elite like I would like to see it, but it's close. He's got good speed. Like all of those ratings from a physicals perspective are acceptable. Stamina might be a little bit of a concern. And I don't know what we're going to get out of him in terms of like block shedding and finesse moves, but that A power moves going along with great strength could be a nice combination up the middle as a defensive tackle. So he's a guy that we look to get in the second round if he's there, because we do need a defensive tackle. And then we're looking at Dion Mack at middle linebacker. This is a guy that if we just flat out don't think we're going to be able to get a quarterback that I really like, and honestly, that very well could be the case, we might just go get somebody in free agency. It might even be Teddy Bridgewater. We bring him back for a year or so and just see if, if, in fact, isn't he coming back next year anyway? I have to look at that. So C block shedding is like not great, but it's not terrible. And then he's got A pursuit, which I like. He's got elite strength, great speed, and then the acceleration, agility, and change of direction are all pretty good as well. The one thing that he's not great at is jumping, and I don't care about that. So we look at his skills. B, awareness. That is awesome because that tells me that there's a decent chance that this guy could be a star or a hidden dev trait. So if we can get him late in the first round, that might be sort of our middle linebacker of the future. So that's kind of what we're thinking in terms of the draft at this point. Now, before we get any farther here, I need to double check the status of Teddy Bridgewater's contract. Did we just already get through the negotiation process with him and just decide that we're moving on? Because I feel like he is a free agent at the end of this season, and that's why I'm looking for a QB of the future. Where's it at here? Or do we have him for another year? That'd be awesome, because like I said, I'm not real crazy about... No, see, he's gone at the end of the year, and I'm pretty sure we did not resign him. So, we've got to find a QB. Drew Lock, he's decent, but he is not the guy that we want as a starting quarterback. So the challenge next year is going to become, do we use our first round pick on a quarterback that isn't the kind of mobile style that I like? Or do we hold off from drafting somebody like that, go find a QB to come play for us for one season, basically, in free agency, and, wait till next year kind of thing. So the Chiefs and Chargers both lost again, but the Raiders are still 8-2, so we're tied for first place. We still need to keep on simulating, but I'm worried about the length of the episode at this point. I know some people don't really care about it, but I like to keep them around 45 minutes to an hour, and we're probably pushing that at this point. So he wants more salary. We will do that. And I'm almost positive he's going to take this offer. So there's that. Don't have to worry about him anymore. Kendall Hinton, 24 years old. He's a 68 overall. He's a decent kick returner. And he's getting close to where he's a option as a slot wideout. Like, we already are using him. I would prefer not to. But he's not terrible, and he's still pretty young. So I think I'm actually going to make this a 3-year deal. We're going to lower the signing bonus by $1 million, and we're also going to lower the salary by $100,000 and see if he'll take it. He might want more salary. Oh, no, he took it, so that's good. And then Brett Jones, my backup center, he's 30 years old, 66 overall. You can take a hike, my dude. I don't need you. All right. So, where's that leave us? Strategy time coming into this week against the Chargers. Yeah. So they're 6-4. This is a big game. Division rivalry. Let's see here. They are going to try and throw the football. So, yeah, we'll defend the deep pass. Actually, go back because I need to go back to half pads. We should be at 100%. Yep. So, even going full pads last week, having no game, your team gets refreshed. Let's see. I think this is the kind of team we probably want to try and run the football against. And going inside, I like it. So, yes, we will stick with that. I need to come here and go back to half pads. And now, let's set the strategy here. Oh, so we've got an extra focus player. I'm okay just leaving Browning on here. Hopefully he can get to be where he's good enough to be my backup middle linebacker before too long. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Still don't know Javonte Williams' dev trait. All right, we're going to get an interception. We are going to get a bunch of first downs. We're going to do so by running the football, and we're going to get some sacks this week. So our usual goals and objectives there. We'll see how it works against the Chargers. Do we get any upgrades? Do we? We do not. So, here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and sim this one just to see what happens, and then we'll wrap up the episode kind of prepared to just start fresh with the Chiefs next week. So let's see if we win. If we do, we'll just take, well, one way or another, we'll take a look at the box score. Okay, we lost, which is fine because now we're back right on track to start playing games again next episode. But we're still 8-3. The Raiders lost again. So now look at that division. Jeez. 8-3, 8-3, 7-4, 7-4. It doesn't get a whole lot tighter than that. We have some injuries, so we'll look at that in the next episode. But the last thing we're going to do in this one is look at the box score against the Chargers here. So we lose by a touchdown. At home, dang it. We were behind 24-10 at the half and then just couldn't get back into it. Looks like our offense was pretty bad in this one. So, let's see what happened here. See, and we even won the turnover battle 3-0. That's the only reason we were in this game. Teddy Bridgewater was pretty good, actually. 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he was sacked 3 times. We picked Herbert off twice and only sacked him once. He went over 300 yards. On the ground, Austin Eckler was pretty solid for them. Melvin Gordon was bottled up a little bit. Josh Kelly bottled him up. Again, we didn't use Javonte Williams a whole lot. That seems to be the case whenever I simulate. Big day for Tim Patrick. 144 yards and a touchdown. Mike Williams had a nice day. Jared Cook had a nice day. So their veterans are getting it done there. And there's Henry Ruggs still in the game. I guess the NFL just decided that even though he's in prison, we'll leave him as an active option for teams to sign. Like, why is that the case? Like, I think he is actually in prison, not like awaiting trial or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure he's being held in prison for his DUI where he killed someone. But whatever. All right, so let's see about tackles here. Kyle Fuller led the team with 9. Wait, no, we don't want that. We want sacks. So Wasu had 2, Bosa had 1, and then Mike Purcell got 1 for us up the middle. The interceptions, who had them? Surtain and Kareem Jackson. So McManus, I believe, is perfect on the season, isn't he? And Dustin Hopkins, 2 for 2, and then 3 extra points. Sam Martin, 5 punts, netting 42.5 yards. We just couldn't get them off the field, I guess, when it mattered. It was either an interception or a touchdown, for the most part. So it's a tough loss because, we don't feel like we played that poorly. Just something happened there early in that game that got us, behind, and then we didn't run the ball a ton, and Bridgewater just didn't have enough to get us back in it. So that is going to do it for this episode. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.
Good evening, friends and neighbors. Or shall I say this afternoon?